I did always think that I would do this later in life, but here I am, age 25, and I've just moved to the forest in Sweden. If you're wondering why anyone would choose this lifestyle, then keep watching the video because I'm going to explain what brought me here, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what my life looks like right now. So it's the morning here right now in Sweden. It's been a really cold morning because it's been very, very windy. So that's why I'm wearing this jumper. But now it's finally warming up. So it's on our side. But in this video, I wanted to explain to you a little bit about why I chose the forest and why I'm actually living in the forest now. Because I've been living in Stockholm for the past 3.5 years. And I've always lived in the city and I love the city, but this summer I chose the forest. And just to give you some context, that means that we are like a 25-minute bus journey away from the nearest shopping centre where we do our food shopping, and then we are over an hour away on public transport to Stockholm city. If you have a car, obviously things are a bit closer. But we have neighbours, we have a little community here, so we're not totally isolated, but it's definitely different to anything that I am used to. I mean, I spent the last 5 months of this year travelling to different countries, being in cities, networking, meeting a lot of new people, and to go from that to this, surprisingly, is exactly what I needed and exactly what I wanted, because a huge part of me choosing to live here is actually because I don't know if you're feeling this too, but the world feels very, very heavy right now, and I'm sure you are feeling this. I think everyone is feeling this in some way, whether they are kind of letting themselves feel it or not. But the world is heavy. There's a lot of things happening, whether it's on the news, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's on social media. There's constantly things happening. Some of those things are amazing, some of those things are good, some of those things are horrible. And even the good stuff, even though it's amazing and it's happening, it's still very overstimulating. And there's a lot going on, and there's a lot to stay up to date on, there's a lot to be aware of. And to be honest, I was becoming totally overwhelmed with it. And I was like, it was confusing me and my goals and what I wanted to do with my life. And I think that's what's happening with a lot of people, not necessarily young people, but people of all ages. When you see so many people on a daily basis through your screen, doing so many different things, or doing all the things that you want to do, or all the things that you think you want to do, all the things that you wish you could do, it's horrible, it's overwhelming, and it leaves you stagnant. So that's kind of what I was going through in a way, and I'm going through big transitions in this company that I started 2 years ago. I don't know, I'm realising that a lot of the things that I thought I wanted aren't what I actually want now. And something that I wanted to do for so long was to live in the forest, and this is my life goal, to be honest. And then the opportunity came where I could just do it for a few months, and I thought, wow, why would I not take this opportunity? Why would I not do this? So here I am. I'm living in the forest, and I've honestly never felt better. I've never felt calmer. I've never felt so clear in my mind as to what I want, as to who I am as well. And if you are somebody who struggles with who you are or what you want, or putting so much of your value on how you look, maybe what your job title is, what you do for work, or who your friends are, then listen to this. Because 2 months ago, I kind of hit a rock bottom, or it was a version of rock bottom for me. It was a version of rock bottom, because I think we can have lots of different versions and everyone has their own and it always looks different. But for me, 2 months ago, I hit a version of that rock bottom, which felt like so much of my identity was stripped. You know, so much of the identity that I built for myself around fitness, around business, around creation, around content creation, around being a business owner, being like a digital nomad, all of these identities, these like external identities that I built for myself, all came crumbling down at the same time. And I think this is usually how a kind of a rebirth happens. It's when you hit a rock bottom and everything kind of crumbles down at the same time. It's never just one, or if it was just one, then maybe you wouldn't have the urge to change in the way that you need to change. Anyway, that's how I feel it happened for me. Everything kind of crumbled down at the same time, which obviously means that something needs to change, something needs to shift. I can't go on like this because there's a reason why everything has crashed. So 2 months ago, everything crashed, and I actually went home back to the UK. I'm originally from England, and I went home just to freaking chill out. I stopped everything, and it's super hard to stop everything when you have your own company, but that's what I did. I thought, you know what, this is a sign. I'm stopping, I'm taking a step back. And anyway, bringing it back to you, because I lost all of these external identities, and then I kind of was building them back up, or actually I had to support myself throughout that loss of identity. So when I didn't have all of these external things that I thought made Frida Frida, when I didn't have those anymore, I was like, I was thinking, okay, but I still need to be there for myself right now. I still need to value myself. I still need to love myself. I can see that my family still love me, my friends still love me, even though I've lost everything that I put my self-worth on. I've lost the body that I made for myself, the muscles that I built, I've lost the business, I've lost, I don't know, my whole reputation, my whole identity. I felt like I lost it. But you know what? I was still me, and I still loved me. My family still loved me, my friends still loved me. And this was the realization that I needed, because now I have more confidence than ever in who I am. And I was reflecting on this with a friend. You know, when you ask the universe for something, you say, I want to be more confident, I want to be more outgoing, or I want to find love, or whatever you ask the universe for. Eventually it will give it to you, but in a way that you least expect it. For me, at the start of the year, and for me, honestly, with every manifestation that I do, I usually ask for self-confidence. I ask for self-confidence, I ask for self-belief. I'm like, I just want to be confident. And I thought, I imagined the way that I would have this confidence is maybe I'll be offered to do a talk or a public speech, and I would have to do it. I would have to force myself to do it. That's how I assumed confidence would come to me. But instead, the confidence came to me through all of my identity being burnt to the ground and me having to love myself anyway. And now I realize, looking back, wow, I'm more confident than ever now, and I feel that inside. But that's only because I felt like everything was burnt down. So whatever you ask for, or if you aren't asking for anything yet, if you aren't asking for confidence, if you aren't asking for self-worth, if you aren't asking for these things, then I actually want you to ask. I want you to ask the universe. I want you to use it in your manifestations and ask for it. And then when the lessons come, when hard times come, when hardships come, whatever they are for you, because it's different for everyone, I want you to grab them, and I want you to take them and feel through them and live through them, because that's also what I had to do. I had to actually slow down and feel through what the hell was going on. You know, why had I lost all of these things? Why was I going through all of this stuff? And because of that, I now can reflect and realize why that all happened. So circling back to why I chose the forest, 'cause I don't know if that's like totally relevant, but for my journey and my story, it really is. But yeah, I wanted to be here to even more deeply process what has happened in the past few months and what is happening now and the changes that are happening. And I feel the best way to make changes for me is to isolate myself, actually, and it's to process things in the quiet, in the space where there's no noise and where I'm not listening to I'm not watching what other people are doing, and I'm not also tempted to ask other people for advice, because when it comes to, you know, what you want to do with your life, how you want to feel in life, I think that really the person who deeply knows is you, deeply knows inside. Or you can ask your, you know, your friends, you can ask them, what am I good at? What am I naturally good at, if you can't see yourself? But really, we have like all of the deep answers inside of us. So that's why being in this place like this, being in the forest and just having the space, having the time, and yeah, more of the mental clarity, that is helping me to understand what it is that I want from this life. But honestly, I already realised that nature is so freaking important to me, and being healthy, using nature in the best way possible, I think that's something that I'm really going to hone in on. It's something that I've been passionate about for years, since I started my company actually, but actually being in nature and practicing what I preach even more. So that is most likely what you're going to see on this channel, that's for sure. Also, I was exhausted, feeling like I always had to be somewhere else, and feeling like, am I in the right place? Am I in the right, I don't know, am I doing the right fitness class right now? Am I in the right restaurant right now to meet the right people? It always felt like I was never in the right place, or that if I didn't go somewhere, then I would miss out on this huge opportunity. And now I feel like I have this inner knowing that wherever you are supposed to be, you will be. I am supposed to be in the forest right now, and if I was forcing myself right now to be in a location or to be somewhere, to be with someone that I didn't really want to be with deep down, nothing good would come from that situation. Because good things come when you are being true to yourself, when you are being your authentic self. And I know authentic might sound wishy-washy, but for me, it's a real powerful word, because here now, because I am living by my means, because I'm choosing myself, because I'm being authentic to myself, only good things are going to happen. Yeah, I'll have some challenges, but only good things are going to happen. The sooner that you go against yourself, against what you want, and you kind of tell yourself that you should do this, you should do that, and you go against your intuition, that's when things start coming in your way. That's when obstacles start coming. That's when things just feel like, why aren't they working out for me? Why do I have to keep forcing things? When you feel like you have to keep forcing things, it's usually because it's not meant for you. And I had to learn this the hard way, like the really hard way, because there are things that I was doing and I thought, what the hell? Resistance is normal, but having to force something over time and time and time and it's still not happening, that is a sign that something is not meant for you, something is not right for you. And for a long time I neglected it, I ignored it, I thought to myself, no, I just have to keep trying, I have to keep pushing. And then I was like, actually now it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense that some of the things that I was forcing were actually just not meant for me. And what is meant for me and what is meant for you will make itself very, very obvious the more that you neglect it. I do believe that every once in a while, everyone should, I hope that everyone gets to experience what it's like to be in the quiet and to be in nature and to feel like you're in a different reality. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm in a different dimension right now. I'm in a different reality. I'm just doing the clothes washing now. So because I'm living in the forest, we have to do all the clothes washing by hand. and for the first time in a few days it's actually sunny, so I have to make the most of the sun, do the washing, and then eventually hang the clothes. So I'm gonna carry on with this now, and I want to say thank you for watching the video all about why I moved to the forest, why I'm doing this for the summer, and yeah, just my thoughts on life recently and what's happening in the world. And if any of what I said resonated, then let me know in the comments. It's always fun to hear what you're going through, what you're thinking, and to see if you love nature, I guess, as much as I do.